ARIRANG, now on DIRECTV.
It is 3 a.m. in Los Angeles, 3 p.m. in Sochi, and 8 on a Thursday evening here in Seoul. Good evening to our viewers in Korea, and hello to those of you who are watching from around the world. Welcome to ARIRANG News, live from Seoul. I am Yoo Ji-hye. At this point, I would also like to welcome our first viewers watching on DIRECTV, America's #1 satellite television provider. This is a special evening for those of us here at ARIRANG TV as the wait is over. Korea's only global broadcasting network has found a new TV home in the United States. We're thrilled to announce that starting today, ARIRANG TV will be available on DIRECTV on channel number 2095. And for more on ARIRANG TV's exciting debut, joining us this hour from the United States is Sean Lim, who is standing by at our studio in Los Angeles. So Sean, tell us more about this momentous occasion.
Well, hello, Ji-hye. Starting today, many DIRECTV customers in the United States may be happy to see ARIRANG TV in their channel lineup. Now, DIRECTV, which is based here in Southern California, is a satellite-based television service that competes with cable TV. And starting today, ARIRANG becomes one of DIRECTV's public interest channels. So that means subscribers don't have to pay any extra money to enjoy ARIRANG TV programming.
So, Sean, I understand that DIRECTV goes out to households all across the United States, but viewers can also watch ARIRANG TV on DIRECTVs at airports, hotels, hospitals, automobiles, and portable electronics. So, no doubt this is going to give ARIRANG quite an extended reach.
Right, so ARIRANG now reaches about 123 million households in 188 countries, which certainly gives our station a greater platform to deliver more news and entertainment about Korea to a worldwide audience. And for more, our Na Hyung-kyung explains the great potential of this broadcasting partnership for the nation's global brand image.
ARIRANG TV has now been added to DIRECTV's programming as a public interest channel. In the U.S., HD subscribers of DIRECTV, one of the world's leading providers of digital television entertainment services, will now be able to watch Korea's only English language broadcaster, ARIRANG TV. The Korean broadcaster's CEO says it's a truly exciting time for ARIRANG to be one of the pioneers in this field, given the rapid expansion and growing presence of the Asian American community. But the deal did not come by easily.
Because we are a Korean channel, there was the great possibility that we would be limited to the Korean language package or an international package. So we weren't really sure even until the very end exactly what type of U.S. market we would be able to reach.
DIRECTV is one of the world's leading providers of digital television entertainment services with more than 285 channels. Through its subsidiaries and affiliated companies, DIRECTV provides its service to over 20 million customers in the U.S. and over 17 million in South America. And now ARIRANG TV is available on DIRECTV's not international but English package on channel 2095. ARIRANG TV, which was launched in 1997, is currently available in more than 120 million households in the Asia-Pacific, Europe, the Middle East, North Africa, and Americas, reaching practically every corner of the world 24 hours a day.
Korea and the U.S. have, for decades been one of the closest allies. It is just the right time to be able to target directly a U.S. audience and let the U.S. audience know directly about what is going on in Korean politics, about what is going on in Korea's economy, and to really foster the blossoming sort of cultural exchanges that are going on now between the two countries.
ARIRANG being added onto DIRECTV may not be the biggest milestone for the company, the CEO says, in terms of numbers, but she believes it certainly is an amazing accomplishment given the time this deal comes at. Na Hyung-kyung, ARIRANG News, Los Angeles.
And while our team was here in Los Angeles, we further explored the debate into the Comfort Woman statue placed outside of Glendale City Hall. It is an exact replica of the original situated in front of the Japanese embassy in Seoul. Our Hwang Jae covered this story and met with key people who are bringing this humanitarian issue to light. Jie.
Sean, here in Los Angeles, Japan's recent move to the right and its continued denials to its atrocities in the early 20th century have not gone unnoticed. The Comfort Woman statue in Glendale City, just north of Los Angeles, is one of the evidence. Since being installed last summer, the Comfort Woman Memorial statue in the city of Glendale has been at the center of controversy. The statue honors 200,000 women, mostly Korean, who were forced into prostitution for the Japanese military during World War II. Phyllis Kim, a member of the Korean American Forum of California, which led the charge to get the monument up, hopes the bronze statue educates people.
We want the people to know about the pains and sufferings of the victims and what really happened during 1930s and World War II to these women.
City officials have been under a lot of pressure to remove the statue through thousands of emails and phone calls, some even from the Japanese government. Glendale City Council member Ara Najarian says, however, that removal is not an option.
Several things for those that want to remove it. The first thing is that this statue will not be removed. It will not be taken away forever.
All this is adding pressure on the Japanese government, which has been taking an aggressive nationalistic stance recently. Representative Adam Schiff, who along with two other lawmakers sent a letter to Secretary of State John Kerry asking him to address Comfort Woman issues with the Japanese government, says that such views are broadly held among American politicians. Representative Schiff was also a strong supporter of a 2007 resolution on the issue of Comfort Women.
They should hear an apology. And they should not hear any prominent officials in Japan speaking either with deliberate ambiguity or worse, with denial about this chapter in history.
And many residents in Glendale say they're proud that the community there included and is acting on an issue that needs recognition, putting the risky nationalism in Japan in an even riskier position. Sean?
All right, thanks, Jihei.
ARIRANG now on DIRECTV.
안녕하세요. I am Congressman Ed Royce. I chair the House Foreign Affairs Committee in the U.S. House of Representatives. And I want to tell you how excited I am about ARIRANG TV's new effort to broadcast 24 hours a day all over the globe. I think this is very important for several reasons. For one reason, it is going to help Korea in terms of relationships all over the world. People from every culture who speak English will know more about Korea. That is good for the Korean people, probably also good for the Korean economy. Also, people will better understand culture and the arts from Korea because they will be able to access this information in English. So I wanted to just share with you my enthusiasm for this new broadcasting, this official broadcasting from Korea. 감사합니다.
Hello, my name is Michelle Park-Steele, and I'm the Vice Chair of the California State Board of Equalization. I want to sincerely congratulate ARIRANG TV on their launch on DIRECTV. As the only 24-hour English language network, now Americans across the country will be able to experience Korean culture, entertainment, music, shows, and news without leaving the comfort of their home. I am very much excited that ARIRANG TV will be available through DIRECTV beginning on February 20th. I'm a frequent viewer of ARIRANG TV, and I know that all of you will enjoy discovering the uniqueness of Korea. Congratulations once again to both ARIRANG TV and DIRECTV on your new partnership, and best wishes for many years of success. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Mayor Eric Garcetti. And I want to congratulate ARIRANG TV for your incorporation with DIRECTV, which will finally bring your incredible programming to a wide audience. The contributions of Koreans and Korean Americans here in the United States, in Southern California, have been manifold in business and culture, in all aspects of our life. And now, with this merger, with this coming together, we will have the opportunity to make sure the very widest audience will get the information that they need to improve the quality of their lives. So on behalf of the city, congratulations, and here's to great days ahead. 감사합니다.
And in another hot issue here in the U.S., a new law in the state of Virginia to reform school textbooks seems imminent. Our Kim Han-ul over in Washington, D.C. has more on the grassroots efforts to adopt the proper usage of the name EC when describing the body of water separating Korea and Japan. Han-ul, hello there.
Yes, Sean. The bill is waiting for final approval from Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe, and sources say it will likely take place in a quiet manner by the end of this month. Well, there was some political opposition to stop this bill, but educators are welcoming the news. Well, I had a chance to sit down with a public school official in Virginia to discuss the impact this will have on the students.
Textbook publishers supplying new textbooks to Virginia's public schools in 2016 will be required to add the name EC to reference the body of water separating Korea and Japan alongside the name Sea of Japan. This means by 2017, students will likely see both names in maps and history books and atlases. Since 6 other schools in the region also purchased textbooks from the same big-name publishers, the move will affect 7 states in total. An education official from Fairfax County, Virginia, where 40,000 out of 1.1 million residents are Korean, believes the change will have a positive impact on students.
I think it's helpful to have the EC designation in the textbooks because we are a very diverse community, and in addition, it's good for students to hear other perspectives, why certain populations might feel a way about a name. I think it brings up a good conversation topic in the classroom.
High support from Korean American voters in electing Virginia's new governor also played a role in passing the bill.
It's more of a political issue in Virginia. Our current Korean American population in Virginia is 82,000. Our Japanese American population is only 19,000. So I think it was easy for the Korean Americans to make their case politically. They did play a role.
Following the success in Virginia, the grassroots movement is spreading to other states as well. Most recently, Maryland, also the state of New York, New Jersey, and California pushing to pass a similar bill. Back to you, Sean.
All right, thanks, Han-ul. And that does it for us here from our Los Angeles studio at our sister station, RKTV. DIRECTV subscribers with access to ARIRANG TV can now turn to channel 2095 or request it from their operator. Jie, back to you.
All right, thank you, Sean, for that. And thanks to all our reporters throughout the U.S. for that extensive coverage. Shifting gears now to an overwhelming set of reunions that have been dreamed about for more than 60 years. Now, 82 South Korean families separated by the Korean War crossed the inter-Korean border on Thursday to reunite with their families in the north. Our Kim Ji-yeon reports on the highly emotional event.
Thank God you're still alive. These were the first words from 52-year-old South Korean Park Young-gun as he embraced his North Korean elder brother Park Yang-soo for the first time in decades. Park Young-gun was one of the South Korean individuals chosen to travel to North Korea's Mangkungang resort on Thursday to meet with long-lost family. They represent the first cross-border reunions in more than 3 years. Park's elder brother was taken to North Korea while sailing on a ship in 1972. And for more than 4 decades, his family didn't hear a single word from him until today. Leading up to Thursday's meeting, Park struggled to put his feelings into words.
My parents passed away not knowing how their son was doing. My parents couldn't tell anyone what they were really feeling. The feeling of losing your child like this isn't something one can fully comprehend.
Park and 81 others from the South are scheduled to meet with separated family members on 6 separate occasions over the next 3 days for a total of 11 hours before returning to South Korea Saturday afternoon. The second round of reunions will begin 1 day later and run through Tuesday, where 88 North Koreans will reunite with around 360 of their estranged relatives from the South. There are currently tens of thousands of South Koreans on a waiting list to meet one last time with their loved ones in the North, and hope is dwindling. Many of those seeking reunions are well into their 80s and 90s, and many more have already passed away, never getting that final chance to speak to and embrace those they love and miss the most. Kim Ji-yeon, ARIRANG News.
At the nation's top office, President Park Geun-hye has reiterated her call for reform of Korea's inefficient state enterprises and public institutions that are reeling from skyrocketing debts and lax management. She called on ministries in charge to take a look in the mirror. Our Kwon So-hwa reports.
Officials from 3 government ministries went to the presidential office of Cheongwade this morning to hand in their status reports and left with an order from the president to reassess how public institutions function in the country. President Park Geun-hye once again called on the Ministry of Strategy and Finance, the Financial Services Commission, and Korea Fair Trade Commission to look into reducing the debt of public institutions, tackling mismanagement, and increasing productivity.
단계적으로 공공기관 기능을 전면 재검토해서 핵심 업무에 역량을 집중하도록 하고 기관의 내부와 외부 모두 경쟁 원리를 적용해서 효율성을 높여가야 하겠습니다.
President Park also mentioned that acts that hurt economically weak businesses must be eradicated and asked for measures that would restore the people's trust in financial institutions after the recent leak of personal data by 3 major credit card companies. To do that, she asked that the creation of a Financial Consumer Protection Board go ahead without delay. Kwon So-hwa, ARIRANG News.
In the spirit of strengthening diplomatic and strategic ties between Seoul and Beijing, some 40 South Korean lawmakers left for a 4-day visit to China this Thursday. The parliamentary group, the largest ever from Korea to visit China, is scheduled to meet with Chinese President Xi Jinping and the country's top legislator and number 3 leader, Jang Da-jiang. In their meetings, the Korean lawmakers plan to discuss inter-Korean issues, along with ways to foster more exchanges between the 2 countries' parliaments. The Korean lawmakers will also visit the Free Trade Zone in Shanghai before returning home on Sunday. The second and final group of Korean survivors from a bus bombing in Egypt, along with the body of one who died, came home on Thursday. 15 surviving victims were taken to a hospital upon their arrival, with some requiring urgent treatment for shrapnel wounds. The body of Jae Jin-soo, who blocked the suicide bomber from gaining access to the bus, arrived in Korea this afternoon, while the bodies of the 2 other fatalities are scheduled to return Friday. Sunday's apparent suicide attack on a tour bus in the Sinai Peninsula killed 3 Korean pilgrims and an Egyptian driver. An Islamist extremist group has claimed responsibility for the terror attack. It's time for a wrap-up of stories making headlines around the world. From chaos in Ukraine to a fresh radioactive leak in Japan, our Yoo Li-an joins us live from the ARIRANG News Studio with the details. Li-an, take it away.
Hi, Gia. Let me take you straight to Ukraine, where violent clashes continued this Thursday, despite a truce agreement between President Viktor Yanukovych and opposition leaders a day earlier. New reports indicate at least 20 people have died during new clashes in Kyiv's Independence Square. As evidenced by the renewed fighting, details of the truce remain sketchy. Now, the United States has imposed visa travel bans on 20 senior members of the Ukrainian government, and the European Union is looking to join in on a wider package of sanctions.
And speaking of arrest, Leanne, we hear tensions are also brewing in Venezuela. What's the latest?
Gia, the death toll from recent anti-government protests there has risen to 5, the latest being a 22-year-old female model. Tensions are escalating in Venezuela as thousands of protesters await to hear the fate of jailed opposition leader Leopoldo Lopez. Lopez had been leading the weeks-long protests against President Nicolás Maduro over his handling of the economy and shortages of basic food items. Now, over in the United States, the Department of Homeland Security is warning airlines to watch out for explosives hidden in the shoes of passengers. The U.S. government is working off of intelligence that terror groups have been working on new shoe bomb designs. Some disconcerting news out of Japan. TEPCO says 100 tons of highly contaminated water has leaked from the Fukushima nuclear power plant due to a malfunctioning storage tank. While nothing has been confirmed, TEPCO says it's highly unlikely that the radioactive water reached the nearby Pacific Ocean. Now, that's all from me today, but I'll be back tomorrow with the stories making headlines around the globe.
World and Olympic champion figure skating queen Kim Yeona is this close to defending her Olympic title after her win in the ladies' short program. For details on her brilliant performance on Wednesday and who are trailing behind, we connect live to our Olympics correspondent Song Ji-san in Sochi. Ji-san, fill us in.
The IOC's official website announced Wednesday there was Yeona time, and it was Kim skating that showed the world that she was determined to go out on top in Sochi as a multiple world and Olympic champion. Kim skated an almost flawless program to the music, sending the clowns to lead the short program at 74.92 points. That's about 4 points short of her world record she set in Vancouver 4 years ago. But some are saying she should have received a higher score, as her skate was clean, earning her the highest program component score here at Sochi that grades her artistic expression. Although Kim had no trouble landing her triples, Kim told reporters after her performance that she was a bit tense just before her turn, but she believed in herself and was relieved after her jumps landed successfully. After her short program performance, fans were even more convinced Kim will defend her Olympic gold to become the only third female skater in history to win 2 consecutive Olympic golds in this highly competitive event.
I'm really happy that she got the best score in the game, and I wish her more luck in the next game.
First of all, it was inspiring. I think she will win.
But Kim needs to widen or at least maintain the gap between her and the runners-up, as the top 3 are within a single point of each other. 17-year-old Russian Adelina Sotnikova fascinated home fans with a stunning performance and is just 0.28 points behind Kim. Italian Caroline Costner also skated with great grace to Ave Maria to put her in 3rd place, just 0.8 points short of the top spot. 15-year-old Russian skating sensation Yulia Demtskaya sits in 5th place after failing to land her last jump. Korea's 2 other skaters, Kim Hae-jin and Park So-yeon, also advanced to free skating on Thursday as they qualified in the top 24. Park So-yeon is the first to skate the long program on Thursday at 7 p.m. Sochi time, and that's midnight Korea time. Kim Yeona will be the last, skating her last free program, dancing to the tango Adios No Nino, bringing the curtain down on an unparalleled skating career and saying one last goodbye to her fans. So once again a reminder, Kim will be skating in the early hours of Friday morning Korea time. Let's all cheer her on and help her win a historic gold in Sochi. That's all for me from now, reporting from Sochi Media Center.
All right, that was ARIRANG News' Hong Ji-san reporting live from Sochi. And for more on who Kim Yeonha's biggest rivals will be later today, we go over to our reporter Connie Lee in the newsroom. Now, Connie, the competitor in second place right now from Russia is not the Russian star that people were gushing over?
You're absolutely right, Jihye. It's not Yulia Lipnitskaya, but it's another young athlete from Russia. I'm talking about 17-year-old Adelina Sotnikova. Now, this girl wasn't expected to make it to the podium this year in Sochi, but she is well in contention because of last night's high score. Now, she won silver in the European Championships this year and actually won the gold in the Junior Championships in 2011. Now, another one of Kim Yeonha's close contenders is Carolina Kostner from Italy. Now, she stands at number 3 right now. This 27-year-old has been around for a while in the competition scenes, and most recently, she won silver in the World Championships in London and also the gold in the European Championships in 2013. So will Korea's Kim Yeonha be able to defend her Olympic title from these two ladies? Well, we'll find out later today at midnight. So from one group of ladies now to another, let's go to the women's 2-man bobsleigh event from Wednesday. Now, the Canadians are celebrating tonight with their consecutive Olympic win. Heather Moyes and Kaylee Humphries once again took home the gold in this event. The U.S. team was leading up until the 4th and final run of the event when the American duo of Lauren Williams and Alana Myers lost the golden spot by 1/10 of a second. Now, the Canadians took the gold while the Americans took the silver and the bronze. So from the big Olympic wins to now some big losses, let's go to the men's ice hockey event from Wednesday that upset so many Russians. On home turf, the Russian team lost to Finland 3-1 in the men's quarterfinals, knocking the Russian team out of a chance from winning a medal this year. Now, Wednesday's game was full of excitement from the sellout crowd as there were a lot of expectations for the Russian team to pull through this year. You know, ice hockey is Russia's national sport, but they haven't won an Olympic gold in this event since 1992. And I guess they'll have to wait for next time for a medal, possibly in Pyeongchang 2018. And with that, let's now go to the current medal standings at Sochi. Norway is on top currently with a total of 9 gold medals. Germany is now at 2nd, and the United States stands at number 3 with 7 gold medals, but with a total of 23 Olympic medals. Now, that's the most so far. Russia is in 4th, followed by the Netherlands, and Korea is in the top 20 in the 16th place with 2 gold medals. And for those wanting to catch some of the games tonight, here's a quick look at today's schedule. That's all I have from now on the Sochi Olympics. Jihye, back to you.
All right, thanks, Connie. We'll see you soon with more updates later on our primetime news in about 2 hours' time. Let's go over to our Kim Bo-kyung at the Weather Center for a look at the conditions at Mount Kumgang, where the family reunions are currently taking place. Bo-kyung.
Well, Jihye, Mount Kumgang is currently seeing on and off snow at this hour, and up to 7 centimeters may fall through early tomorrow morning. But the good news is that after this round of snow, clear skies and moderate temperatures are in the forecast at the North Mountain Resort. And currently, the East Coast regions are seeing cloudy skies due to westerly winds. In addition to Gangwon-do Province, Dokdo will also get to see 2 to 7 centimeters of snow. But relief is on the way after this round of snowfall. The East Coast regions are expecting sunny skies with moderate winter temperatures. And elsewhere in the nation, it will be a typical sunny winter day. Now, Seoul hit 7 degrees while Daegu and Busan reach the low teens. Moving on, Daejeon and Jeju make it to 8 degrees while Dokdo peaks at 2. Back to you, Jihye.
And that brings us to the end of our newscast. I'm Yoo Ji-hye in Seoul. We'll leave you with some heartbreaking images from cross-border family reunions at Mount Kumgang in North Korea.